Hi. I'd like to start the show with the song, Knew You. That song is being offered as a connection to the real universal guides, real guidance, and a real education about what's real. I'm attempting to share this new presentation and some of the projects that you can become involved with or create your own. Test for yourself this song like for 15 minutes before you go to sleep each night, and maybe 15 minutes when you wake up in the morning, and see what life shows you. On this show, I'll mention that this Knew You song is a way for those who want to become more aware of what's going on, that find out for yourself if you're on a human farming prison planet, and if this song is the beginning of a way to not have to keep coming back into this physical realm on this human farming prison planet or other planets that are similar. So there's an awful lot of information that's being presented on this modern technology, and a lot of it we have to find out for ourselves what's real. There's so much deception that we've been accustomed to and live with, and we wonder why all kinds of things are happening. And it's actually the result of a lot of decisions that have been made for many lifetimes. There's a lot of beings that are at a point in their experiences in this physical, psychic realms, whether it's here in this physical or in the astral where our emotional body is, or in the causal where our mental or our memory body is, or in our mental realm, place, world where we have our ideas and where we record all these experiences. And then we have an etheric body, realm, place, where our subconscious is, where we have our intuition. And then there's a deep, dark border that encircles these psych realms. And without the real guides to escort a person through this deep, dark border into what's called the real universe, a person probably isn't going to be able to get out of these psych realms. So you need the real guides, the real guidance that they present, share with others to be given a chance to earn our way out of these psych realms, so we don't have to keep reincarnating into what seems like it's going to be worse and worse for the beings that keep coming back into this physical realm with worse off bodies and maybe even having physical bodies robotized, and so that they don't go through what we call physical death, to be kept being used like slaves for others that are authoritarians or brutalitarians that don't seem to care about other beings. They want to be something more than or looked up to or better than others, which is going to be causing themselves to have some really rough experiences, the effects of what they cause. They have to experience so that they can someday maybe wake up to, if they're given the chance. This opportunity isn't like it's always being offered here in this physical realm. So if you're listening, it's a chance for you to find out for yourself by testing the new you song and reading the new books that Dwayne Hepner, who goes by Dwayne the Great Writer, has available. You can get the books at lulu.com and see what they have to say and see if it makes sense. See if it's being humbly presented and gratefully presented and sincerely presented. Find out for yourself what this is all about when we have this opportunity, and see about becoming involved in projects that are for everyone, to benefit all. We have so many things going on in this physical right now that's affecting us in many ways, like our air being poisoned and our water being poisoned and our food being poisoned. It seems like it's being done in a way that most people don't pay attention to. It's very subtle, but there is a lot of information being provided on our air and our food and our water right now on Earth. If a person wants to check it out, not only that, information about aliens or reptilians and real history of what the Earth has been experiencing for some thousands of years. And so this opportunity is being presented for everyone to find out for themselves. I'm not trying to influence anyone. I'm just trying to share this guidance, and so a person that can test for themselves. If you have any questions, you can ask. if there's anybody there listening. I guess, yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Tim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, Val.
Yeah. Thanks for the show, Tim. I made it.
Yeah. I guess it's working.
Yeah. No, I had some things about the projects and some ideas
great.
here. Yeah, just for those listening, what if there were no more taxes? What if there were no more government or military or chemtrails? These are all possibilities. Also, what if each community could govern themselves according to their own environment and the people there and their skills without government interference? Possibilities. What if all the money in the world were uniform? There were no, inflation and no exchange rates. Everything was basically simple. All the money was uniform, and that everybody had enough money to support themselves, and everybody worked for the all-natural environment. Everybody had something with a real purpose. What if all the existing systems and agencies and the infrastructure that we right now have work for the support of the environment? If they didn't, then, well, they could find other work. And you could also imagine that those who didn't have 50% of an intent to wake up were taken off the planet to rehabilitate or to do whatever they wanted to. And those that remained, well, they have an opportunity to wake up even more. And how about imagining the schools and universities educating those people interested in becoming more aware to a real purpose, to a real lifestyle that supports themselves in all life? And how about all the people out there, the inventors and the creative people, given the chance to make a difference, to provide power, energy, different types of agriculture? What if they were allowed to do their thing without the restrictions? And what a world it would be, what a world of difference it would be for people to live a better, better purposeful life, to where they did have a chance to wake up. And this is not saying that this is sort of a utopian picture, and it's still not what we're talking about. It's just a step towards waking up to a real life in the respect that we're talking about, the real universes, the real guides, and our real awareness. That this would give, the way the planet's going now, is to give people at least a little bit of time to do something in their favor to wake up and to move in that direction. Otherwise, the way the planet's going, they're going to be involved in their own survival and just trying to keep their physical bodies on the earth alive, because it's not looking good. So this other scenario, which you could say is part of the projects we have in store, are going to be at least give people a little bit of time. Not to say it's going to work, because people still have free will, and just because everything's, people have giving the people the opportunity doesn't mean they're going to take it. They still have to deal with their attitudes. And self-convinced ideas about things, and that's something we can't do. We can't interfere with. But we can, again, provide something of an alternative for people to move them into another position. But again, it's free will, it's free choice, and these are things that are something that the individual has to decide. And I think it's something funny. I was listening to this fellow on YouTube the other day, and he started his presentation with, well, what I'm about to say here is not for the faint of heart, but those who are willing to listen. Well, basically the bottom line here is that it's your decision what's going to happen. And it's kind of a funny way of putting it, that, you know, people are scared of having to make that decision themselves because they're so used to getting it from an authority or professional or religious figure, you know, for the path they're to take. That, if it's in their corner, they have to make this decision to where they're going to stand or in the position they'll be in, or that's pretty scary for people. I mean, that brings it all in their corner. So that's where we are here with the presentation. Is it takes courage, it takes creativity, it takes people to take responsibility for themselves, because those days are over where, you know, people are going to tell you what to do. And the same with the projects. It's like you choose your project, you choose how you want to contribute. Well, everybody supports each other, so there'll be ideas brought about with each of us, but ultimately it's your decision where you want to go with it and how you want to develop it. Because the logistics are, well, basically in your corner. You have the idea, or somebody gives you maybe a hint or reference to an idea, and you go with it, but then how you want to develop it and implement it, it's in your corner. And it becomes, suddenly life becomes bigger. You know, you don't have the restrictions of somebody telling you what the guidelines are and what the parameters are. It's like wide open spaces to where you're going to go with it. And then you have, in the meantime, you have all this space around you too. Like, you have lots of space. The real guides give you lots of room to develop your ideas and your projects and what you want to do with your life and the position you want to be in. There'll always be hints and ideas they'll give you, but again, the doing part is up to each one of us. So Tim, that's a little bit on the projects and things that we have or might be seeing in the future.
Yeah, thanks. That was Dean Val of Nations United Universal University. And this show is offering for those that are listening to decide for themselves if they want to become more aware of what's really going on in life. There's so many things to think about and do, but if a person is at that point through all these countless lives of finding out what is most valuable in life, these religions of the earth, and these educational systems and these political systems, they have so much effect on all of us, and how these, what man calls gods, control these levels or places or worlds in these psych realms. So it's an opportunity for us to earn our way out of these psych realms into what's called real universes, where there's real freedom, not just this implied freedom that we all think is freedom here in the physical, and where there's real love compared to what we have here in the physical is mostly what's called emotional love.